You're gonna just wrap your bike in plastic and leave it in the garage every day, or are you gonna go out and use it? Damn, I really missed this thing. I am not getting enough seat time this year. But what's up, guys? How's everybody doing? I hope you beautiful people are having a beautiful day, because it is amazing weather this weekend. Well, at least for today. Tomorrow's going to be all thunderstorms, so that's why we're out here today. And we're still waiting for parts on the Jeep. I know a lot of you guys that watch my Motovlogs don't watch the Jeep stuff, but some of you guys do. So if you didn't see the last video, things got a little bit nuts, and we sheared off the drive shaft, the main shaft in the back, that is. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. So check that video out if you're into Jeep stuff and off-roading, because things got wild and we're still waiting for parts before we can get back out there. So had to pull out another one of my toys today, one of my favorite toys actually, my SV650. And that brings me to another point. It's been 3 years with this thing, and honestly I've been loving it so far. And although you guys may be thinking I'm getting something else, the SV is not going anywhere anytime soon, because it's a monster. It's just an awesome machine for the city. I love riding it. I'm not done modding it, definitely not done modding it. And a lot of you guys have been mentioning to me actually in the comments that if you throw a wider tire in the back, so if I go from the 160 that comes on it to a 180, then I will be riding basically a totally different bike. People say that the characteristics change a lot. You get a lot more responsive handling. You can get into the corners a little bit deeper, all kinds of different stuff like that, as well as it's just a wider tire, so you have more traction, more stability. It will ride a little bit different. You will have to get used to the handling because it's wider, so it doesn't ride exactly the same. If you go from a smaller bike like a 250 or something like that up to a 600 or 1000, then you'll know what I'm talking about. The little bit wider tire makes a difference, and actually it makes a better difference, I would say. Like, it improves the ride. So I'm interested to see how the 180 would be on here. And I know I haven't been getting enough seat time on this old girl this year. I will be doing my best to get out here and make more motovlogs for you guys and just ride it more, because I want to ride it more. I love riding this bike. And even though I have the Jeep and I have something else that I can play with on weekends, this is still like my bread and butter. This is what you guys came to the channel for. This is what started the channel. And I'm not going to get rid of the bike. I'm not going to get rid of the SV650, even though I've had it for a bit now and we've done quite a bit of mods. If you've been following my build, then you know that I still have a lot that I want to do to it, meaning I want to do the exhaust system still. I still want to do a tune. It's just that with all this COVID stuff, have been working a lot more actually, because I've been picking up a job that I do on weekends. So now I'm working 6 days a week, sometimes even 7. So it's a lot harder for me to actually go and research these things and find the right mods and find the right parts and actually order them in and then have the time to put them on. So things have been delayed a lot more than usual. Last year I had a lot more time, so we got through a lot more mods and it was just a lot more fun. But we are going to continue that. We are going to keep getting parts. And I am on the hunt for some new stuff, mainly the D-cat pipe, because I want to get rid of that cat, get some nice flow going. Then I'll throw a K&N in and do the airbox mod most likely, and then we can throw a tune on it and we'll see exactly what kind of power we make. And here we are, guys. Now, the first point that I'm going to talk about is every single time I get on this thing, it still puts a smile on my face. Honestly, it is such a thrill to ride. It's got great power delivery. It handles awesome. It looks great. Like, I just love the bike. It's honestly a great bike, and every time I ride it, it just makes me happy. So that's one reason why I think it's going to be great in the future, and why I still love it, and why I don't want to get rid of it. Which leads me on to my second point. It is great in all different kinds of riding scenarios. Whether you are commuting or whether you are riding it spirited, fast riding, whether you're just cruising and touring and exploring new regions and new areas, I think this bike is perfect in all those scenarios. It's got nice long gears where you can actually go and enjoy riding it without having to shift all the time. If you're in the city, that's definitely a plus. I know that I can ride this thing just up to third gear, and I can do all my city riding within the first 3 gears, never having a problem, never straining the engine, and riding at super high RPMs. So I think that that's a great feature, and it's definitely great when you want to give it the beans. It's got the power, it definitely gets up and goes. It's a super peppy bike. The nice long gears add to the fun because you can actually stretch them out and get that nice long power band going. So honestly, it's great in all different scenarios. Throw a bag on it, as I do sometimes, and you can go riding, exploring, touring, wherever you want. Bring whatever you need with you. As you see, I always bring a water, paper towels today because it's crazy hot, some camera gear, and whatever else you want, like my wallet and stuff like that. But honestly, you can use this bike for anything. Really just a great all-around bike, especially if it's your only bike. I think that it'll fit almost everybody's riding style. The next thing that I'll mention is it's super reliable. And honestly, I've never had an issue. I've never had a hiccup. I've never had it sit there and run weird or idle weird or shut off on me or something not want to work or some of the lights not working or electrical problems or all kinds of other junk. Like, people have all kinds of issues with their bikes, even new bikes, and I'm lucky to say that this thing has been bulletproof. It's been solid the entire 3 years. Knock on bike. It's going to be solid until the end of its life because it's a Suzuki, so they're actually known for their reliability and their longevity, and these things really, really do stand up to the test of time. They work great. They work great for a long time. As long as you keep up on your maintenance and you treat the engine well, it'll treat you well as well. Yeah, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say, guys. If you treat the engine well and you treat the bike well, it'll return the favor. And that sort of ties in together with the next thing that I'm going to mention. So the fourth point is it has a very low cost of ownership. It doesn't take much oil. The oil is pretty decently cheap. I actually buy it right from the dealer, and I never spend more than like $40 on my oil, my filter, and everything else. Sometimes I buy the new gasket or whatever else I need. But honestly, it runs great. It never has any issues. The parts are super cheap. If you ever have to replace anything, it's honestly like a great bike for anybody that's on a budget or is just starting out getting into motorcycles and just wants to see exactly what it's like. This thing is awesome. You're not going to break the bank. You're not going to go broke. You can keep riding this thing for pennies on the dollar, or for pennies on the kilometer, I should say, because all you're going to do is gas and oil and you're going to have a good time. And number 5, this thing has a timeless design. Honestly, I know that back when I said why I picked this bike over the other bike, over the MT-07, I said I didn't really like the headlight, but honestly, it's grown on me. I really like the styling. I think that the round headlight actually really ties everything together. It's really grown on me over the 3 years. I didn't like it at first. I really wasn't a fan of the round headlight, but it's really grown on me. I really do like it now, and I think that the bike just looks awesome. Especially with it being a naked bike and not having any fairings, it doesn't date the bike. You don't look at it and go, oh yeah, that looks like a 90s bike or a early 2000s bike. Because you can kind of tell by looking at the plastics and the way that they shape things, the way that they molded things, just the placing of vents and lights and stuff. You can tell, like, okay, that's an older bike. With this, I would be hard-pressed to say in 10 years from now if this is a 5-year-old bike or a 10-year-old bike or even a 3-year-old bike. Because of the way they designed it with the lattice frame here and with all the different features it has, just the open exposed exhaust here. They could have tucked it in, but the way that they left everything, I think it looks awesome. I think the timelessness of this is right on par. Like, this thing will last at least 10 to 20 years before it starts to look dated, in my opinion. The only thing that I think will look kind of dated is this. It does kind of look like lawn furniture. I'm not a fan of the swing arms on these, but other than that, I think that everything else looks awesome. The tail shape, the way that they set the lights in here with the shark fin in the middle, or whatever you guys want to call it, but I think it looks freaking sweet. And I believe that this design and this look will last a long time before people start to think it's outdated. And those are my 5 points for why I believe this is an awesome bike for the future, for years to come, and why I'm going to personally keep it and love it for years to come. Because of all those reasons and more, I just really like this bike. It's a great all-around bike, and it surprises me all the time with how capable it is and the different things that you can do with it. But I am sweating quite profusely from this sun, so let's hop back on. Let me pack all my crap up, and we'll keep riding so I can get some wind going. That is so much better. Even just going 40, like, it's like a world of difference. No, but it's awesome, man. If you want to go to Mexico, or you want to go race somebody, or you just want to go to the grocery store, it's good all around. You can do whatever you want on this bike. Even if you're just cruising because you want to go for a Sunday cruise, man, it'll do it all. And those are the main things that I like, is that I can use this in any scenario that I want. The only thing that I can't use this for is going off-roading. But wait, because maybe one day we'll throw some nubbies on here. Who knows? Maybe I'll get a second set of tires and do that. But that'll be a lot further down the line, because I'm not going to do that to my baby just yet. You know, I'm not trying to get it all muddy and nasty and make it start rusting in places that you don't even know, because that's exactly what happens when you start off-roading things. Mud will rust out anything quicker than water or salt or whatever. Like, mud is just a murderer for vehicles, but it's fun. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna just wrap your bike in plastic and leave it in the garage every day, or are you gonna go out and use it? So personally, I buy vehicles to use them. I'm not afraid of putting a little bit of mileage and a little bit of wear and tear, but I still take care of everything I own. If you guys look, like, I don't beat up on all my stuff. I actually take care of everything. Even though I ride it hard, I make sure I change all the fluids, I warm it up before I ride it hard, I do all the proper steps and procedures to make the bike last, or to make the Jeep last, or to make whatever last. And hopefully you guys do the same, and hopefully you guys will have great longevity out of all your vehicles, and nothing's gonna break on you, because the last thing anybody wants is fucking repairs. I know, because I'm still waiting for parts on the Jeep, and I'm still a little bit sour because they should have been here already. But whatever, besides the point, guys. Ride what you want, buy the things that make you happy, and go out there and just enjoy them, because at the end of the day, you're riding it, you're paying for it, so you better enjoy it. And honestly, it's just nice and relaxing sometimes to just go for a slower ride and just take it in, just go and relax. And this, you can do it all. You don't have to worry about it being jumpy or jittery in traffic, because you can actually ride it very easily in traffic. One of the main things that I like about it is when I'm starting off in traffic, say I'm in first gear, I don't even have to hold the gas. It adds a little bit of throttle for you, so you don't even have to worry about, see, there, you're already going. So in traffic, you're not always just clutching and throttling and clutching and throttling and trying to move forward. It's actually really easy to go and just move forward a few feet. You don't even have to give any throttle. If you're stuck in traffic, that is. But if you're just riding around, then it's got nice long gears. It's not too jumpy, it's not too jittery, but when you want to go, it's got the pickup and it's got the oomph and the little bit of pep that you need to get your ass up and going. And you can pretty much get up and go in any gear, in any speed. The torque is great on this bike because it's a V-twin, and you have a really good power band. I would say the power band starts from somewhere around 4,000 and goes all the way up to like 8. Like, it pulls awesome. No complaints there. But I think I've covered about all the points that I can think of about why I still love this bike right now. because right now I'm focusing on just loving the ride. So honestly guys, if I think of any more things or any more points, I'll add them into the next video and I'll let you guys know. But so far, thank you guys for watching. That was a red light. Fuck. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully I will see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to hit that like button if you guys enjoyed this video or if it was helpful for you, and please smash that subscribe button so that you guys don't miss a thing, because there's tons more videos coming your way, and hopefully you guys will be there with me. So until then, take it easy guys, ride safe out there, peace.